Hey, my name is Yasmin Small, and this is my husband Marvin Small. So we've been married coming up now. August will be 4 years. I'm due to start my newly qualified teacher year as an English teacher, and Marvin works as a concierge for a property company. Our main goal is we're trying to save money so that we can move into our first home. At the present moment, we are just trying to save. We're living with family and we're trying to save in order for us to be in a position where we can buy next year in 2021.
Yeah, I felt with money, I just felt that is certainly on my part, it's been badly mismanaged. So I felt like in a bit of a financial hole that it's going to be impossible to get out of.
My concerns was more about my credit rating and my credit rating being bad, and like how do I get to a point where I will be eligible or will be eligible to get a mortgage in such a short space of time. The Money Monday courses and support like with yourself, I've realized actually things can improve, and just by doing the little points and the tips that you've given us, like making sure that we clear off all of our, as much as our debts that we can, really look at ways that we can maximize our savings to clear off some of those debts, making sure that we don't miss a payment. Set your direct debits up, make sure that your payments are made, and just doing those little steps. I have seen, and even Marvin has seen, our credit rating literally, transform from, maybe like poor to fair, but like, coming out of one, bracket to another in such a short space of time, has obviously increased our confidence that actually, if we can do that in that space of time, what can we do? Where would our credit be by this time next year? It has to improve if you follow those steps and you're consistent with those steps. And I think that in itself motivates us, along with being able to actually, I think the forecast budgeting, being able to actually see if you save this a month, you're working towards a certain goal. So it's all about that money management. And I think the knowledge is the thing that I feel that I never had before. I used to be afraid to look at my credit rating because I just thought, if I don't just look at it, I don't really have to deal with it. Being honest in detailing, like writing down everything, I think especially with your income and expenditure, like really going through it with a fine-tooth comb and being honest and being like, actually, like I can't afford to be spending this amount of money on this thing every month. I know that you need to have the good credit to be able to get that mortgage. I can have the deposit, but if I don't have that part, then I've just got a deposit.
During this lockdown, avoiding things like takeaways and stuff like that as well. I mean, which is quite easy to do because the major chains have been closed. So had all these different KFCs and McDonald's and Five Guys and whatever, but now they're closed. So now I stay away.
So now I'm literally sticking to a budget, which means that I'm able to budget my finances more, and it really kind of taught me the importance of wants versus necessities. And sometimes it's like you want these things, but are they essential? Well, the essentials are your fruit and your veg, your meat if you eat meats, and all of those things like the biscuits and the treats and stuff like that, I mean, they're not essential.
I feel a lot better about it, and I feel that it is realistic. I've now been able to work out, right, okay, so this is how much I can save, and then this is how much I normally spend in a month and I can live on. So feel a lot better about it because now I know a realistic figure that I'm in this ballpark, I can save this much. So yeah, a whole lot better about it. I think to
add to that, I think we're just excited. I think now we're excited because now it's possible, and in our head it's not because we've seen it on paper, I think just being able to forecast and be like, okay, if we save this, you know, for the next how much month, we'll be able to have that. You know, obviously we can't have date night because, you know, we're locked down, but, you know, let's have a cheaper date night, because actually if we save this, then we can, you know, have this for our house. And I think, you know, just the forecasting definitely has made us more confident that actually it's not impossible to reach those goals. It's about having the knowledge of how to reach those goals. And like, those are the things that, you know, we've got, that I mean, from Money Monday, we've got that understanding that actually, you know, buying a house is only the first step. We always want to be in a position where we can still save and develop our emergency fund. That's important, especially with times like this. It makes you even more, you know, want to have that emergency money put away, so that you don't have to be in a position where you're like, you know, am I going to lose my house? Which I guess a lot of people are probably facing now. So I think, you know, that financial literacy is something that is, you know, has been like such a blessing, and not just for us, but it's a blessing for our daughter and any other children that we have afterwards, because these are things that we're learning now that we never learned from our parents. And those are things that we are now going to pass on to our daughter and our children, so that they can be in a better position than we are at this moment in time in our lives. So, yeah, it's really been such amazing, and like, we're so excited, you know. Definitely, you know, hopefully our next Zoom will be in our new house,